energy in the medical center. So people from all over the world come to Houston to receive cancer treatment, for instance. So if a major hurricane were to impact Houston, the facilities that we depend on and that other people depend on could be in danger, and that could spell disaster for a lot of people.
There have been 3 recent storms that have impacted Houston. Tropical Storm Allison in 2001 caused billions of dollars in damages because of flooding, devastating the Texas Medical Center. Hurricane Rita in 2005 demonstrated that Houston was not prepared for mass evacuation. Too many people were trying to leave Houston at once. Lastly, Hurricane Ike in 2008 resulted in thousands of people losing power for days. Furthermore, architectural infrastructure around the Houston area was damaged. In downtown, for instance, skyscrapers had severe window damage. Ike serves as a wake-up call that a stronger storm could produce even more damage.
So flooding can be a prominent problem in the Houston area. So the Harris County Flood Control works to devise and implement flood damage reduction plans in order to maintain the local infrastructure around Houston. So every 5 years, the HCFC presents a capital improvement program for flood damage reduction projects, and currently they have $975 million invested in engineering studies, planning efforts, and project construction.
There's been an increase in intensity of hurricanes compared to the preceding 25 years. Thomas Knudsen, a meteorologist who works for NOAA, says he can see the continuing high intensity of hurricanes per year, as demonstrated in the figure above. These hurricanes can prove to be very devastating. Because a positive trend of hurricane intensity exists, Houston in the year 2040 is more likely to be struck by a major hurricane from the Gulf of Mexico of higher intensity. These hurricanes could greatly affect Houston negatively. In the case of a storm akin to Hurricane Katrina, Houston's population can be significantly depleted.
So here we have a map that shows the ground elevation levels across the Houston area, and we just wanted to show you guys this map so you can get an idea before we show you what happens if a severe hurricane were to impact the Houston area. And you can sort of see the ground elevations for the Houston Ship Channel, which is extremely important, and we depend on the Houston Ship Channel for the Houston's economy. And then here's the impact of hurricane intensity.
This gives you a potential look of what would have happened if Hurricane Ike was 20 miles to the left and 20 miles per hour stronger. The red and pink zones right there show more severe levels of storm surge. As you can see, the Ship Channel is in a red zone. Storm surge would have been very devastating impacts on the Ship Channel, possibly shutting it down completely.
Okay, another thing we looked at was weather technology. So since 2003, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has been experimenting with new technology to improve the timeliness of data, or in other words, trying to predict storm development a lot earlier. So as demonstrated in the figure we have, the errors made in forecasting since the year 1990 have been cut in half in terms of the 24-hour, 48-hour, 72-hour, 96, and 120-hour forecasting. So we expect that these methods of forecasting will become even more enhanced and more accurate, as well as more detailed. So computer algorithms for predicting storms will only become more complicated and only more intricate. So they're going to be easier for the public to understand, and we're also going to get further notice of when a severe storm would hit the Houston area. So this is going to increase the public safety, and it's also going to allow people in Houston to know when they need to evacuate or when they should stay in their homes.
Excellent, Matthew and Andy. Thank you.